Coming up in tonight's bulletin, the Pacific Islands Ocean Conference 2025 now underway in Honiara. Solomon Islands announced its bid for a seat on the Security Council, having registered its interest 11 years ago. And various ministries are now contracting senior public service officers based on their level of performance. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Andrea Maahanwa. The Pacific Islands Ocean Conference 2025 has officially opened in Honiara, bringing together regional ocean experts, policymakers, and traditional knowledge holders to advance sustainable ocean management across the Pacific. Yan Kakui reports.
The Pacific Islands Ocean Conference 2025 is currently underway at the Heritage Park Hotel in Honiara. The regional conference brought together ocean stakeholders from across the Pacific to share research, policy insights, and traditional knowledge, and to strengthen the science policy interface for sustainable ocean management. Acting Minister for Foreign Affairs and External Trade, Honorable John Tuhaika Jr. says the conference is important as it provided a platform to unite science, policy, and traditional knowledge.
We meet today because the Pacific Ocean is not only our greatest natural resource, it is our very identity. It shapes our culture, sustains our livelihoods, and connects our islands to each other and to the world. So why is this conference important? This conference is important for three key reasons. First, it is a platform to unite science, policy, and traditional knowledge. The Pacific is showing the world how different ways of knowing can work together to create solutions that are practical, respectful, and sustainable. Second, it is a chance to align our Pacific priorities with global agendas. We come here after major international processes, the UN Ocean Conference, the Our Ocean Conference, the Honiara Summit. So together we must take stock of these outcomes and ensure that they advance Pacific priorities, not just global ones. Thirdly, this conference is about people. It creates space for communities, youth, and early career ocean professionals to be heard and to be seen. It ensures that ocean decisions are not just top-down, but shaped by those who live with the ocean every day. So the bottom line is this conference strengthens our collective Pacific voice and ensures that the Pacific is shaping the global ocean agenda, not simply reacting to it. This is our ocean, and it is within our context that we must act.
Meanwhile, Foreign Fisheries Agency FFA Director General Noan Pakop, on behalf of the Council of Regional Organizations in the Pacific, says a resilient, healthy, and productive ocean can only be achieved if the Pacific Islands nations accelerate and deepen their partnership and strengthen their collective resolve.
It is my honor and privilege to warmly welcome you on behalf of the Council of Regional Organizations of the Pacific to the second Pacific Island Oceans Conference. I bring you greetings from the crop gathering, and with them a shared spirit of unity, stewardship, and purpose in safeguarding the blue Pacific Ocean that defines who we are and sustains all that we do. Allow me also at the outset to warmly congratulate our host country and the home of the FFA, Solomon Islands, and its people for the hospitality, for hosting this important gathering on your beautiful shores. Distinguished delegates, the conference comes at a time, a defining moment. We are halfway through the United Nations Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the message is clear. If we are to achieve the ocean we want, one that is healthy, resilient, and productive, we must accelerate our actions, deepen our partnership, and strengthen our collective resolve.
The conference is supported by the New Zealand Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, MFAT, the European Union, and the US Department of State. The conference will end this Friday. Yan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
The Solomon Islands announced its first ever bid in 46 years for a seat on the Security Council, having registered its interest 11 years ago. Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele announced the country's bid when delivering his statement at the 80th United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York. He said Solomon Islands is ready to contribute to UN peacekeeping missions, reaffirming its commitment as a peace-loving member of the international community.
Solomon Islands is seeking, for the first time in 46 years, a non-permanent seat in the UN Security Council for the period 2032 to 2033. We registered our interest 11 years ago. Let me thank countries who have confirmed their support for our candidature over the years. As a peace-loving country, Solomon Islands is keen to contribute to UN peacekeeping missions this year. Ladies and gentlemen, we must do more for peace. Protect civilians, especially children and women.
Prime Minister Manele also made the appeal for Solomon Island presence at the UN to be evaluated. He said the country remains underrepresented within the UN staff establishment.
Madam President, Solomon Islands reiterates its call for an elevated UN presence. The time has come to review the UN regional architecture to ensure it remains connected to the members that need it most. Solomon Islands remains underrepresented within the UN staff establishment. We call on the UN to consider convening in-country competitive recruitment exams in Solomon Islands. On Security Council reform, we seek a more democratic, expanded council that reflects today's geopolitical realities. The use of the veto by the Council continues to undermine peace, international law, and expose the vulnerable to harm. The veto must be eliminated as part of the reforms of the Council. We hope to see proposals shift into text-based negotiations.
Public servants across various ministries are now being contracted based on their individual performance, marking a major shift in public service management. Alex Dadamo reports.
Various ministries are now contracting senior public service officers based on their level of performance. Ministry of Public Service Permanent Secretary Luke Checker confirmed that the action was initiated this year. He explains this when appearing before the Bills and Legislation Committee inquiry into the Public Service Bill 2025.
Yes, there may be challenges in terms of the PNP, but we are looking at now. You remember, we are now doing some sort of like contracting of public servants, senior public servants, and that is based on performance. Yeah? And if you don't perform in terms of performance or key output, the key deliverables, give him. Though I'm open for you go out and take anyone come inside, because you find that there are certain positions where people stop a long time, go because I'm 55 years old, they know how to go out. And then suppose man him perform no more, you sabi too. Unless there's serious allegation against him, then they could be charged and then himself go out. But with the performance management contracts here, it gives you the edge to see how they perform. If they don't perform, they could leave. And so we've got this implementing this year no more, but so we'll see how it goes. If productivity happen in the ministry, then because these are the top brackets now. Because in order for you to deliver, man lo down lo yan must push him up, yeah. So that's man lo down lo push him up, you won't deliver anything in terms of what you. That's how I see it. And to ensure that delivery happen, this man at top should be talking downstairs. How nothing the same, we're nothing the same.
Ian Rakafi, Deputy Secretary, Governance and Performance Management within the Ministry of Public Service, explains measure performance of public servants.
Currently, we use performance management tool where we remote call him PM Form 1, Performance Management Form 1. Earlier on, you asked about performance here. So before ota system ota use him na annual confidential report him na lo general orders. Since 2015 mi fala use him na new system him na PM Form 1 ne. Because ota amend him na general orders for with the new performance management policy. So I'm involved in a dialogue between a supervisor with them staff. So those forms here na bifala on average per year usually the ministry submit him come like current record bifala around 32 as of this year. 32 now the PM Form 1 will submit him come. Now these forms here na cycle and run for a year. So by fill him up template here, and then by February of a new year, I'll submit him come for a performance blog for last year. For example, for this
performance below each individual in their ministry.
It's individual. So currently, as this year, Mifal receive him na 32.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele has called for stronger conservation and sustainable use of marine resources under the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement, reaffirming the Solomon Islands' deep commitment to ocean protection. Sharon Anau reports.
Solomon Islands calls for robust conservation and sustainable use within areas of national jurisdiction under the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction BBNJ agreement. Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manele made the call when delivering his statement at the United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York. He said as an ocean state, the lives of Solomon Islanders is linked to the ocean.
As a big ocean state, with 98% of our territory covered by ocean, the lives and livelihoods of our people are inextricably linked to the health and resilience of the marine environment. Solomon Islands is proud to stand among the 60 countries that have ratified the BBNJ agreement, and we look forward with great anticipation to its entry into force early next year. While the BBNJ agreement is a critical step forward for the stewardship of the world's oceans, it must be accompanied by robust conservation and sustainable use within areas of national jurisdiction.
Honorable Manele said the Solomon Islands co-hosted summit on SDG 14.4 with several UN and regional partners reflects the country's seriousness on the issue. He said the launch of the Melanesian Ocean Reserve Initiative at the United Nations Ocean Conference reflects their commitment to addressing the protection of the ocean.
We are also actively advancing community-based conservation initiatives and undertaking significant efforts in ocean management in alignment with our national ocean policy. This year, Solomon Islands co-hosted a summit on SDG 14.4 with several UN and regional partners. The event gathered Pacific leaders, fisheries organizations, the private sector, and scientists to assess global health of tuna stocks, climate impacts, and strengthen partnerships on small-scale fisheries. Its conclusions were presented at the third UN conference in Nice. Over half of the world's tuna is caught in Pacific waters, and all four species, albacore, yellowfin, big eye, and skipjack, remain biologically healthy. Our region stands ready to collaborate with the international community and share our experience in fisheries management and restoring fishing zones to sustainable level based on science. This is proof that when we act together as stewards of the ocean.
For SIBC TV, I'm Sharon Nanau.
The visa-free arrangement between the Solomon Islands and the People's Republic of China is driving stronger people-to-people ties, with over 10,000 Solomon Islanders already benefiting from training and exchange programs in China. Alex Dadamu with more on this story.
The visa-free arrangement between the Solomon Islands and the People's Republic of China, PRC, continues to facilitate increased people-to-people exchanges between the two countries. PRC Ambassador to Solomon Islands, His Excellency Kai Wei-ming, made the statement during his speech on Friday on the occasion of the 76th anniversary of the founding of PRC and the 6th anniversary of diplomatic relations with Solomon Islands. He adds that more than 10,000 Solomon Islanders have already benefited from the visa-free arrangement, particularly through participation in training programs in China.
Our people-to-people exchanges between China and Solomon Islands are growing fast. It is now more easy to travel between our two countries thanks to the visa-free arrangement. More than 10,000 Solomon Islanders, especially experts, specialists, have undertaken training programs in China. Just today, I heard from the news that 9 doctors and nurses just graduated from Guizhou University. They are coming back. They are coming back to work with all the hospitals and facilities. So welcome back.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.